I'm going to make a series of videos on matrices discussing various techniques that are usually not found in average textbooks. It is intended to help you gain a deeper understanding of matrix algebra and to solve seemingly difficult problems with ease. So in this short video, let's take a look at matrix multiplication. So what does it mean to say, how can you understand matrix multiplication better? So you know that I believe that I hope you know not to multiply two matrices, their dimensions should be something like this, right? Which is the number of columns of matrix A should be equal to the number of rows of matrix B. And you would have been taught to multiply it by taking each row. For example, let's call the multiplied matrix C of M cross P. So you would have taught that C of 1 1, which is equal to row 1 of A transpose into column 1 of B transpose, etc. Okay, so basically if you have two matrices A, B, C, D and E, F, G, H, you take the row 1 of A and multiply it with column 1 of B to get the element C11 of the matrix C, and that would be AE plus BG, and the rest of the entries you can fill it out. Okay, so this is an elementary way of understanding matrix multiplication, but there is a much more profound way of understanding it. Let's consider the multiplication by a row vector to a matrix. Let A be an M cross N matrix. Okay, now consider a row vector X, which is of dimension 1 cross M, right? So X is of dimension 1 cross M. Okay, let me write A as row 1, row 2 up to row M. I'm just writing A as M row vectors. Okay, so each row is a vector. And let me represent the matrix X as another row vector, right? So let it be x1, x2 up to xm. So the multiplication of the two matrices X into A can actually be represented as x1 R1 plus x2 R2 plus and so on xm Rm, right? So if you think about it, the resultant matrix should have dimension 1 cross n, and each row vector of A has dimension 1 cross n. So the dimensions of the matrix XA is also 1 cross n. So there is no doubt in that. But how will you prove that this is the case? Okay. So this can be actually proved, but I will just prove for the 2 by 2 matrices case. I just give you an example for 2 by 2 matrices case. Consider the matrix A, B, C, D. Okay, and consider row vector x1, x2. So if you multiply with it, the row vector with this matrix in the usual way, you can write x1. Sorry. So you will get, if you do the usual multiplication, you will get x1a plus x2c, x1b plus x2d, right? But this can indeed be written as the sum of two row vectors, which is x1a, x1b plus x2c plus x2d. Sorry, x2c and x2d. So this matrix is nothing but, this vector is nothing but x1 into row 1 of this matrix, right? So this one. and this by row vector is nothing but x2 into this second row. Okay, so in general, for an any m by n matrix, you can prove that the multiplication by a row vector from the left hand side is simply the linear sum of all its rows. Okay, with respect to the coefficient, I mean obviously the entries of the row vector that you are multiplying with, right? So this is let's say this is a block view. We are not actually we are not thinking in terms of each entry of the resultant matrix. We are thinking in terms of blocks of matrix. Here the blocks, so here I have divided the matrix A into such blocks, right? Which is row m blocks, which is row 1 is considered as a block, row 2 can be considered as a block, right? So this is a much more gross view, like not a very like, yes. So now let's think about multiplication from the right hand side. So what happens when you multiply a matrix by a column vector from the right hand side, right? So consider this once again a m cross n matrix, and let's assume that we are multiplying it with the column vector now, which is of dimension n cross 1. Okay, so indeed we can represent this matrix, A matrix A, as n columns. Okay, n columns, right? N column vectors, and each column vector has, let's say, I mean, each column vector is of dimension m cross 1. So we have n column vectors, and let us represent the matrix, the vector x as, the column vector x as x1 up x2 up to xn. Yeah. So by the same reasoning, we can actually prove that A of m cross n into x of n cross 1 is equal to x1 c1 plus x2 c2 plus so on up to xn cn. Okay, so this is sum of column vectors, right? So this is a much more rich view to think about matrix multiplication. So you can extend this argument in two ways. For now, let's consider a general case of multiplying two matrices, which is a matrix A with the matrix B. We can think of either multiplying from the multiplying matrix A to B from the left hand side, or multiplying matrix B to A from the right hand side. When we are thinking about multiplication from the left hand side, we use the idea of row vector. For example, we can divide matrix A into m row vectors, okay, r1 r2 up to rm, and we can divide B also similarly into n row vectors b1 b2 up to bn. Okay, now we can multiply this row 1 with this entire matrix, and we can get the first row of the resultant matrix, right? Multiplied matrix. Similarly, we can multiply row 2 with this entire matrix, and we can get the second row of the desired matrix. Or else we can do it in the column multiplication way, where matrix B is multiplied to matrix A from the right hand side into B of n cross B is equal to C1, C2 up to Cn, and this can also be divided into B column vectors here. So let me denote the column vectors of B by D. Okay, so D1, D2 up to DP. So we know how to multiply the vector column vector D1 to this entire matrix to get the column 1 of the resultant matrix. Similarly, we can get every column of the resultant matrix, right? So that's for this video. Let's see in the next video, where we discuss what is identity of a matrix, identity matrix, and the inverse of a matrix, and general ideas related to that. Thank you.